Greetings ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to this subscriber replay in the Amx 12t. At the wheel, it's Mac. We are here on Sand River. It's an assault game, and it's a tier 8 game. So for the Amx 12t, that's kind of middle of the road matchmaking. It's not the best, you know, tier 7 is the best thing this can see, tier 9 is the worst, so it's not the best, not the worst, it's just somewhere in between. I have got a review of this machine up, and some gameplay myself, if anyone's interested in seeing it. And Mac has previously gone up the American auto-loading line, so he loves his T71, for instance, at tier 7, and so he's decided to give the French light/medium tanks a go. So initially he's just coming up to the ridge line here in the middle, and you can get a lot of spots from here. Oh, there's some trees going down there, so someone is presumably over there. You can get a lot of spots from this middle section. And there you go, there's a Chaffee. Tiger 1 in the background. M6. There's loads of them. And he's not firing, he's just doing the light tank thing and spotting all these guys. So the Amx 12t gets a 75mm gun with about 140 pen, 115 average damage, something like that, and an autoloader. Now he penetrates one shot on the T34, misses his second, gets spotted, and narrowly avoids getting nailed by a pair of different tanks there. That was a little bit lucky, if I'm honest. I'm not convinced that opening fire at the T34 was the right thing to do, but he managed to get away with it. And he's just taking the opportunity to reload his magazine. Magazine has a relatively fast reload time, you know, something of the order of, I think it's just under 20 seconds, which for an autoloader is a fast reload on your magazine. And so if you're going to relocate anyway, you might as well take the opportunity to put a fresh mag in. So, oh, Matt gets spotted, not sure who by. Maybe that Chaffee's in proxy spotting range, but I wouldn't have thought so. Either way. Yes, Mac is spotted. So he's just relocating, you know. Especially if you're in a light tank, you get spotted somewhere, don't pop up in the same place. Because there's a very good chance you'll just get respotted and shot again, which is suboptimal. And Sixth Sense is very valuable for a light tank, though you do always have to bear in mind, of course, that Sixth Sense only activates after 3 seconds from you being spotted. So you do have to be a little bit careful. Mac looks like he's just lining up a shot on this T34. Lovely shot to take out the track on the guy as well. A little bit lucky perhaps, because usually with this tank it's not really accurate enough to aim at weak spots from a distance. It's only really good enough to aim at centre of mass. But he went for the tracking shot. He got the tracking shot, and he was rewarded as one of his teammates put damage into the guy. M6 is going a little bit skits in chat. Mac just tells him politely to, you know, hush up a little bit. And they just managed to nail the enemy Centurion. So there's a T20 there. Mac gets spotted, of course. There's no concealment up here. And again, decides to go somewhere else. Once more, if you're in a light tank and you get spotted, why not relocate? So you might wonder why it looked like Mac is reversing up here to get some spots on people. Well, if you reverse up to a position like this, then it means that if you get spotted, you can go forwards to get the hell out of dodge, which means you will be faster running away, which is usually a beneficial thing. So VK3601H, and Mac is just plying shots into this fellow. Third shot in. Nope. No, not quite enough lead. 2 more in the magazine. There we go. The guy is dead. Mac's been spotted. And so he just moves. Prioritise keeping yourself alive. And goes for a reload. There's no point running around in an autoloader with 1 shell left in your magazine. You have absolutely no advantages then and lots of disadvantages. So he reloads the magazine, and there's the flank of an M6. So, waits for the gun to aim in. Nope, what's this guy up to? Rear of the turret? Rear of the turret. There's one. Second shot, alas, misses. Switches to the Lerva. Back to the M6 and manages to kill him. Doesn't quite have the gun depression to keep targeting the Lerva, so backs off and reloads his magazine. This is a nice little bit of light tank gameplay here. Well, the 12t is generally not considered the best light tank in the world, but I had fun in it, and Max seems to be doing pretty well in it. So, coming up to these bushes, again, just trying to get some spots. There's a Lerva, that Lerva from earlier on, and shots into this fellow's side. There's one. Tracks him with the second shot. Does actually get spotted, so this is a little risky. Someone else might want to have a word with him. Fires one shot blind. Oh, and there you can see the Lerva puts a shot into Mac for his troubles. So I would have personally been tempted to move there, rather than keep trying to get shots on that guy. Matt goes for the reload on his magazine, which is eminently sensible, but that would have been my preference, so that you didn't take that shot to the face, because as a tier 6 light tank you only have 600 health. That's, from most of these guys, 2 shots and you're dead. So Mac has now taken the one free shot, if you will, the one shot that won't immediately kill him. Tiger 1 dies, Chaffee is just down there in the town. And Mac's just using this ammunition to knock a little bit of the Chaffee's cover away. Again, you have to be careful. The Amx 12t doesn't carry a huge amount of ammunition. So that shot into the building was probably not going to achieve a great deal of much. And the side armour on the turret of a T-34, I'll be honest, I don't think it's really worth bothering to try and take that shot. That thing can be very bouncy. Even the side of the turret can be very bouncy. And indeed, those shots that Mac fired at him didn't really achieve anything. So Mac, like me, carries one clip of APCR ammo for just in case scenarios, but in this game, and this is what I experienced as well, in this game he's only loading the APCR because he's run out of armor piercing ammo. I've never actually loaded the APCR clip because I wanted APCR, so I'm not actually sure if I'd recommend you taking that APCR clip, but I guess it only costs you some credits. So if you're not particularly hard up for credits, it's not a massive deal. And Mac is now being a little more aggressive. I mean, frustratingly, if he hadn't fired those 3 shots on his penultimate magazine earlier on, he would have 2 full magazines left now. Because he did fire those 3 shots, he only has 1 full magazine. But anyway, jumps into the cap circle, accidentally taking out a little bit of his own cover, but never mind. He's in the cap circle now. There's only 2 minutes left on this game, but it means that he is putting pressure on the enemy team. Although there's 2 minutes left, they now only have 70 odd seconds to go into the cap circle and make Mac sod off. It's an insurance policy, if you will. And it forces the enemy team to get off their backside and do something. They can't just sit there and let you drive at them. They actually have to go and try and find you. So there's just an ARL and a Tiger P left after the T-34 gets his face taken out by a Tiger. Or Tiger 2, I should say. And Mac is just sitting here. And, you know, if they cap this out, grand. That'll do. It's a win. 1 minute and 14 left on the clock. Tiger P goes down. That just leaves the ARL 44. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And there we go. Mac actually ends up capping the base. Et voila. Nice little bit of light tanking there from Mac, as it usually is. If I were to offer any criticism or any advice, I would say when you get spotted or when you think you've been spotted, be a little bit quicker to move, to not get shot at. It's very tempting to be a little bit greedy and try and squeeze out an extra shot or 2, but you often can't afford it, in my experience, in these light tanks. And the other thing with certainly with the French light tank line is be a little bit careful with your shot selection. So for example, knocking the terrain of the Chaffee away and The shots at the side of the T-34's turret were a little bit dubious. You don't carry much ammunition, and that can be a problem. But a very well played game overall. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos, and or subscribe to my channel. And I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.